Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Sunday, the 2nd of May 2021. Today is a Sunday after the game, so it's a Stats Sunday video today. And it was a great result, but how good was it actually? So you can see here, this is from Experimental 361. And you can see the expected goals over the length of the duration of the match. The 95 minutes or so, whatever it was. And a couple of things to note: we scored from our first shot, but also Bristol City did, and this has happened quite a few times over this season, and it's really something that probably needs to be worked on or sorted out. Many times, I probably a 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I could go back and check, but the opposition, the first shot they have, it's a goal. That's now if that problem could have been fixed or sorted out, something done about that, then we may have been in the playoffs. It's a negative trait. It's something that clearly happens. I know yesterday was a makeshift defence, but it's happened before with the proper defenders as well. So it's a thing that keeps happening and needs to be sorted out. But you can see here, so we score with our first shot. We're in blue, we're sitting in red. The circles are when the goals are, and you can see that literally just as roundabout when Millwall scored the second goal, Bristol City have a big flat line. That means they failed to register a shot on Millwall's goal as long as the line was flat. So basically, just under half of the first half, and most of the second half, they didn't have a shot on our goal. And something clearly kicked in the second half, because Millwall were just boom on it. They stepped up a gear and just chance after chance after chance after chance. And Bristol City in the second half only had 2 chances. You can see Millwall's flat line at the end of the game when they're probably just trying to see it out or stop the counter from Bristol, but we were 4-1 up by then, so I imagine let's just see it out. And you can see Bradshaw here was expected goals of 1.3, and he actually got that. He got his 1 goal. So when he's got an expected goal of 1.3, that means he's had tons and tons of chances. So we'll see later on how many chances he's had. So the expected goals here, 2.5 to 0.4 to Bristol City. So let's have a look here. We're going to go on to infogoal.net and we're going to have a look at this. So the expected goals here, they have it slightly dip more higher. If you look in the middle where the FT is, they give expected goals as 3.04 to Millwall and 0.91 to Bristol City. So still clearly a massive difference. Summary of the game, for those who don't know: Jed Wallace scored in the 5th minute with Millwall's first shot. Then they scored with their first shot on goal after, for some reason, Biakowski come out of the area and nearly clattered into Jake Cooper, so lucky he didn't do that. Scott Malone scored in the 31st minute. Billy Mitchell got a yellow card just before half time. At half time, Bristol City made 2 changes, but it didn't really do anything because Millwall just changed into a second gear and scored through Billy Mitchell and then Tom Bradshaw. And then Bristol City made 2 more changes, and it was just basically see out the game to the end of the full-time whistle, and Mill made 3 changes, and then another 2 changes later on, bringing Hayden Muller on for a few more minutes, 10 minutes. So 10 minutes after the game's gone 4-1. I mean, you could have probably brought him on earlier if you wanted to give him game time. If you don't, then just leave him on the bench. That's what happened. So let's see who got the ratings for the man in the match according to this website. So you can see it there. I'm just going to scroll down so it's a bit clearer. So they give 10, the full 10 out of 10 to Tom Bradshaw. He was only on the pitch for 74 minutes. but you can see 5 other Millwall players in green. Billy Mitchell 7.01, George Evans 7.32, McNamara 7.34, and Bob Malone and Jed Wallace 8.28, 8.23. And the subs, not much to shout about. Marlon Romeo, the lowest score of the starters, 5.97. Okay, so, and that was actually beaten by one of the subs, Conor Mahoney, 5.98. So Conor Mahoney got a higher score than Marlon Romeo. He was on the pitch for the whole minutes. Conor Mahoney was only on for like, what was that, 20 minutes? So there you go. Let's have a look now at the stats, the actual number stats. So actually, for quite a bit of a difference, normally we don't have possession in the game, but we had possession here. So 52% to 48. Wow, 11 attempts on target to 1 to Bristol City. Wow. So when you look at that in context, so we had 11 shots on target, but we only scored 4 goals. So that's, what is that? That's like 40%, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Attempts off target 4 to 3. Block shots 5 to us, 0 to them. Goalkeeper saves. Our goalkeeper made 0. Theirs made 7. So that's the attempts on target. 7 of them were saved by the keeper. Total passes, we outpassed them 562 to 419. Completed passes 467 to 319. 5 corners for us and 0 for them. Offsides 1-1. Fouls 13-9. Yellow cards 2-1. And that was it. So let's have a look at the map now. The XG maps. Where were these expected goals on the map? So you can see here, this is over 90 minutes. So Bristol City, 4 shots on our goal over 90 minutes. 4. The fairness rating, have a look at the fairness rating. It's 95. So that was a very fair result. It's out of 100. So 95 out of 100. That was a deserved result. But you can see here, we've got 2 really good chances in the 6-yard box. One near the penalty spot as well. That was Bradshaw. That one's Bradshaw. That one's Bradshaw. The bigger the circle, if you haven't seen these videos before, the bigger the circle, the better the chance. So the 2 best chances we had did not get scored by Tom Bradshaw. And he had another one there that didn't get scored. We had all these long shots out here, but the ones that have got yellow rings around them, they are the goals. You can see here 2 down the middle. 1 from the left by Maloney. 1 from the right by Jed Wallace in the 5th minute when you come up. So that's a probability of going in of 8%. Malone's was even lower, 4%. He did scrape off the bar and just get in. Bradshaw's one was 46, and that's Billy Mitchell's one, 8%. So there you go. But let's have a look at first half. So first half, there you can see we had that one chance there. That was Bradshaw 42. Probably should have scored that. And then we had all these little chances from far, far away. But in the second half, when we've already seen the gear stepped up. Look at this. Nearly every shot was in the middle, between the lines of the 6-yard box. So I don't know if something was said and said, shoot straight on, try and shoot from the middle, or don't shoot from the angles, cross it into the middle. Maybe. You can see here, look at this second half Bristol City. Just these 2 long shots down the middle. Not very good at all. Very poor from Bristol City. And that's the thing. Were Millwall great yesterday, or were Bristol City very poor? I don't think Bristol City are a very good team. I think they're favourites for relegation next season. So moving on, this is from WhoScored.com. What do they say about the match? They say Millwall strengths: create a high number of chances relative to their position, were effective at creating goal scoring opportunities through individual skill, were effective at creating goal scoring opportunities from the flanks, creating goal scoring opportunities from counter attacks, creating goal scoring opportunities from set pieces, were strong at finishing. So basically we're creating opportunities from all over the pitch, and we were good at putting them away. Bristol City stole the ball often from the opposition, were effective creating goal scoring opportunities for individual skill, was strong at finishing. Well, they were technically, because they only had 4 shots on goal and they scored 1, so that's 25%. Weaknesses, none for Millwall. Bristol City, high number of individual errors. Styles for Millwall, attacked down the right side, had a high shot frequency when in possession, dominated possession, favoured through balls. For Bristol City, favoured long shots, attacked down the right side, favoured short passing, favoured through balls, and you can see here. So they have 20 shots, 12 from open play, 7 set piece. So they don't say how many were actually on. So they don't say how many were on target. They actually say total shots. The total shots 24 goals. That's 20%. But Bristol City, four shots, 1 goal. That's 25%. So they were actually better on goal than us, even though we scored more goals. We had more chances, but maybe that's what we need to do. Because if we haven't got a clinical striker, our strikers have been very poor this season. That's probably what we've got to do. But you can see here, mostly going down the right side. Let's have a look at player positions. Yeah, far up the pitch, that's George Evans 28. Way up the pitch, you've got 24 and 19. I can't off the top of my head remember who they are. But you can see pretty spaced out, pretty formulaic. 3-2-4-1. If you could call it that. And there you go. Let's move on now to the actual board. So even though the score was 4-1, if you look at the badges at the top of the screen, you can see the player ratings for the teams. 6.87 for Millwall, 6.31 for Bristol City. So not that big of a difference. I mean, when we played Bournemouth, the difference was massive. It was like we were a league below them. But you can see, so this website actually gives man of the match to Jed Wallace, 8.3, just above Bradshaw, 8.1. That's probably because Bradshaw had so many chances, but only getting that 1 goal. So we've got Malone, 8.2. So they go Wallace, then Malone, then Bradshaw. So Bradshaw's 3rd, isn't he? Yep. So who had the lowest? So we saw on the other one it was Marlon Romeo had the low score. But he's got 6.9 here. But Bennett is Mason Bennett 6.2. Biakowski 5.9. That's probably due to the long ball passing from the goal kicks, not finding anyone up front, because he don't have any tall player up front. Subs, not really much going on. So from the subs. Okay, so let's have a look at what we got here. You can see the 20 shots to 4. Yeah, everyone in the Millwall team having a go except for Ryan Woods and Biakowski. Wallace with 4 shots, Bradshaw with 6. So, and Malone with only 2. So Malone had 2 shots, got 1 goal. So that's 50%. Wallace 4, 1 goal. That's 25%. Bradshaw 6, 1 goal. That's less than 25%. That's probably less than 20%. Mitchell, 1 shot, 1 goal. His first senior goal. And he did he did some push-ups afterwards. Good for him, huh? Possession-wise, in terms of who had the most time on the ball of the match, Woods again 6. George Evans 8.6. Bradshaw not a lot, so he's literally foxed in the box, get on the end of the crosses. Don't really hold up the ball or pass it around. That was Jed Wallace's job, it seems. So even though you saw earlier we were mostly going down the right wing, actually Scott Malone's been on a lot of time on the ball, 6.1% of the match time on the ball, and Cooper as well. So that was a bit weird that we were mostly going down the right wing, but most of the possession was down the left by the left wing players. So there's that. Yep, okay, pass success percentage. All pretty good except for Mason Bennett. That probably explains his low score. And Biakowski again, that probably explains his low score. He's not very good at finding players with the long goal kicks, but I don't want to be a team that does a short goal kick, so maybe he needs to figure something out. Maybe just ping it to the midget on their team and just put him under pressure. Mitchell 88, pretty high. Evans 92, so Romeo's a bit low as well, 79. Okay, so there's that. Mahoney when he come on, 90% accuracy passing the ball, pretty decent. So Bradshaw 92 as well. He didn't have a lot of time in the ball, so he's probably doing a lot of 1-2s, pivoting, and 92% success, pass success. Dribbling. Oh, okay. So Danny McNamara 3 dribbles, and then Mason Bennett and George Evans with 1. Aerials 1. They outdid us in the air. So Jake Cooper 8 aerials 1, but you can see not many other players winning aerial duels. Malone with 3, Bennett with 3, but big gap, big drop off between Cooper and the rest. But you can see between Bristol City's back 3, 5, 5 and 4. So they had the better of that. Tackles, they had more tackles than us. Palmer, I think it's Casey Palmer, 4 for them. For us, not really. Romeo with 4. Okay. Corners, yeah, same old. Wallace and Malone taking the corners. Dispossessed. So that's basically having the ball stolen off you. Mason Bennett 5. That also explains his low score. Okay, so let's move on now to this, which is basically what we've just seen, but clearer. Rating wise, you can see. So there you can see the players who scored all the goals at the top. Malone with the assist. So 3 players with 8 out of 10 or higher, and then 3 players with 7 out of 10, and then the rest 6s. Bart 5.9 and Aidan Muller 5.98. Didn't really have a lot to do. So who had the most touches of the ball? I'm assuming it would be George Evans. Yes, it was, 94. So that is a lot of touches for a Millwall team. I've been doing these videos for a while, and that's probably the highest I've ever seen. Jay Cooper with 84, Marlon Rowe with 82. So we were really in control of that match. Our defence were not troubled at all. And you can see, well, we only had 4 shots against us. So shots, who had the shots? So, wow, look at that. Tom Bradshaw, 6 shots, 5 of them were on target, and he scored 1 goal. Jed Wallace, 4, 3 of them were on target. Malone 2 and 1, McNamara 2 and 1, Romeo 1 and 1, Billy Mitchell 1 and 1. That's so pretty accurate shooting boots from the Millwall team there. Let's move on to offense and look at. So we've seen the dispossessed. Let's have a look at unscheduled touches. That's basically poor ball control. So yep, absolute nightmare game for Mason Bennett yesterday. 5 dispossessed 5 times and 4 instances of unscheduled touches causing the ball to be given away. That explains his low score of 6.22. And then you got Bradshaw with 3, McNamara with 2, and Jed Wallace with 2. Okay. Moving on to defense. Who was the defensive beast? So most tackles, Marlon Romeo by 4. And then 2 and 2. So only 7 players in Millwall's team made a tackle. Okay, interceptions. Not a lot going on. 2 and 2. Sean Williams with 2 when he come on. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? Clearances, 2 for Jake Cooper, and then Evans, Malone, McNamara, Connor Mahoney with 1. Block shots, well, they only had 4 shots, so yeah, there won't be a lot of that going on. I imagine there wasn't a lot of defending actually to do yesterday. Fouls, Billy Mitchell 3 fouls, and then Jake Cooper and Mason Bennett with 2 each. Passing, so who had the most passes? So yeah, George Evans, he had the most touches, yeah. And then Jake Cooper 72, Marlon Marino 67, Ryan Wood 60, and then it drops off to Malone and Mitchell, and then drops further to Jed Wallace. Jed Wallace not really passing a lot then. Only 40 passes in 67 minutes on the pitch. Oh, that's probably why it wasn't that high, because he only has 67 minutes on the pitch. Okay, what about Sean Williams when he come on 19 passes? That's quite high. And then the rest of the players, the subs, not really doing much at all. So crosses versus accurate crosses. Not too good there. 6 from Malone, 2 are accurate, 5-3 Danny McNamara, that's better, that's a lot better. Jed Wallace 4 and 1, that's not very good. Mason Bennett 3 and 0, that's dire. Jay Cooper 1 and 0, and only 5 players had made crosses. So long balls to accurate long balls. Ryan Woods 19 to 14. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. He's obviously playing for that contract, isn't he? George Evans 15 to 10. That's very good as well. That's not that bad from in terms of Bart Biakowski, that's not that bad. Like, that's half, just over half, which is actually decent for him. 15 to 8. Jay Cooper 9 to 4. Jed Wallace 8 to 3, and then that's poor. Scott Malone 6 to 1. This is very good. Billy Mitchell 6 to 4. 6 long balls, 4 were accurate. McNamara, Bennett, not very good, 2 and 0. And you've got literally all of these players having at least one long ball. 13 players from Millwall having a long ball. So there you go. That is the story of yesterday's game in stats. And what does that mean? What does it mean? We've got one game left. We've got nothing to play for. You can see on the table in front of you, we're in 11th place with 62 points. We go to Coventry, who are safe, and it's only the bottom 4 teams that can go down. It's actually, I think Wickham are basically mathematically down. They're basically down. They need to win, and then Derby need to lose, and they probably need these other teams to lose as well. So they need the 3 teams above them to lose, and they need Derby to lose. Well, they need it like a 12 goal swing. So Wickham are down. Bye bye Wickham. Pretty small team. They were up for it. They were the struggle. They were destined to struggle from the outset, weren't they? The Championship is getting bigger and bigger and bigger with all these Prem teams coming down with their parachute payments and buying some very, very good players, and it's very hard for teams in League One coming up to maintain their status in this league. Derby County, with Wayne Rooney at the helm, they can still go down though. They have 3. So basically Wickham are down, but they have the 2 other teams snapping at their heels. But they need to win and lose. And Sheffield Wednesday, if they win and Derby lose, and then that's the most likely one, because there's only 1 goal difference in the goal difference of -21 to -22. So it's all eyes on Derby and what Derby are going to do. If Derby lose or are losing, then it opens it up for Rotherham and Sheffield Wednesday to save their skin. But never mind that. Let's have a look at where Millwall are. Millwall are 62 points. So that means we could get beaten by overtaken by Luton, who are 12th. Who are they playing? We scroll down and see they are. Oh, so they're involved in a relegation struggle, so they could lose. They're at home to Rotherham, who need to win to try and stay up. So we can finish 12th, or if we lose, we can finish 12th. If Luton get a win, because there's we have a 9-goal. We're 9 goals better off than them. If we win, we could go up to where QPR are, so we can still finish 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th. That's what Millwall can do, and that depends on the QPR and Middlesbrough results. So let's have a look down and see who they are playing. So QPR. Oh, hang on, what's happening here? Oh, no. Oh, Rotherham have another game. Luton Rotherham is on Tuesday. Oh yeah, look, Rotherham have a game in hand. Oh, that could be bad for Derby then, couldn't it? And that also means that there's so Luton have a game in hand on us. So okay, so that gives them 2 chances to overtake us. So Luton Rotherham is on Tuesday. You can see that there. That's there. So then, so Luton play QPR. So if Luton don't win on Tuesday, they will. If they lose, they'll stay like that with a less goal difference. If they draw, they will go level on points with us, and then they'll be playing QPR on the last day of the season. So it'll be Luton QPR. So we probably want to draw out of that, and then we beat Coventry to go up. Yeah, and then that'll move us up a place on goal difference, and then probably want Middlesbrough to lose because they have better goal difference than us while they're playing Wickham. So it looks like I reckon Middlesbrough will win. I think Rotherham could beat Luton, and then we will see. I think QPR could end up beating Luton. So I think what's gonna happen is, so let's go down. So Middlesbrough are gonna beat Wickham, I think. So they'll move up to 67. So that's no chance for us. And then I think we could beat Coventry, so we'll be on 65. So I think we're basically going to finish where we are after all that fucking around. I think we're going to finish 11th, to be honest with you. Yeah. So there you go. And just looking on the left hand side here, Jed Wallace is on the top scorers chart. Like, this is in 15th place, so he's 15th or joint 14th because there's 3 players on 11. Joint 14th top scorer in the championship, in the league. So not many prolific strikers. I mean, the number banded about is 20 goals a season striker. 20 goals a season striker. That's all they say. So there's only 4 of them in this league. One of them we tried to sign last summer, didn't work out. Went to Cardiff when Neil Harris was. Didn't do too good until Neil Harris left. But so Kiefer Moore there, and Adam Armstrong at Blackburn, Timu Pukki at Norwich, and Ivan Toney at Brentford. And oh yeah, I didn't even mention that Norwich are champions, Watford are promoted, and all the playoff places are done. Everything's done except for the relegation spots. So been a pretty boring season, especially for Millwall, having 17 draws, 10 at home, 7 away. Similar to Stoke. Stoke had 5 draws at home, 10 away draws, 15. So, but we've got the most draws in the league. Not very good. We could have turned some of those draws into wins. We would be probably a lot higher in the league. Anyway, let me get away now. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.